Hello, welcome to the Roy Rogers News Channel. Thank you for watching. Alright, let's go ahead and spectate. And Roselina's Flower Garden. Alright. Hosted by the champion Mike. Frags vs. Did I Shudder? And we're going to be right back. Please stay tuned to the Roy Rogers News Channel for further tournament commentary. Alright, we are back. Frags vs. Did I Shudder? 3-minute mark. Alright, let's go ahead and start the match right now. So, Venomoth, and, Quillfish. Okay. Alright. Quillfish is going to switch into... Oh, I have not seen Lydian that often. Actually, I hardly ever see Lydian. So, I want to see how Lydian is played, because I hardly see it. As for Venomoth could be scarfed, or it could be Swift Choice Banded, or it could be Special Choice Banded, or it could have the Life Orb. But Lydian, I feel like Lydian is almost like a gimmick at this point. I really don't know how Did I Shudder is going to run this Lydian. Or Did I Stutter? I think that's how you say his name. Alright. Alright, so there's probably gonna be some Venomoth was predicting some flying move and that didn't happen. Alright. Yeah, I think someone's gonna switch here. Be careful with some Quillfish, by the way. Some of them run T-Wave. Some of them. Which is quite... it's not used that often, but Quillfish can run Thunder Wave. Okay, so Quillfish is going to switch into Kecleon, and the Electrode's going to be doing Substitute. Alright. What is going to happen? Well, let me bring my laptop a little bit forward here. Alright, Seismic Toss. That's going to break the sub. And Electrode has just done Toxic. Alright, nice. There we go. So... Thunderbolt, which means that Kecleon's going to switch into, well, the color change. It's going to switch into an electric type from a normal type. Or switch from, there we go, switch from a normal to an electric type. Okay, so Electrode's going to switch. It did do a lot of stuff all in one bundle. It did Thunderbolt, Substitute, and Toxic. What more can you ask for? Lydian! If I'm gonna guess, this Lydian probably has Aerial Ace. I might just see it. I can see the Aerial Ace here. I can just see it. And I don't know if this Lydian is Choice Banded or not. I don't know. I don't know if it's carrying a band, I don't know if it's Life Orb, I don't know. But all I know is that there could be an Aerial Ace. Rest? It's not really such a... I guess Did I Stutter did the calcs, and he... let's just say he didn't stutter on making a move choice. with the calcs in mind. So, yes, I'm kind of terrible at jokes. But, yes. I wonder what's going to happen here. This is kind of a... it's kind of hard to tell. Spikes, perhaps? Toxic, alright. I didn't know what Quillfish had in its arsenal. I mean, it has Toxic, which is good, but, yeah, so, if you want, you can run Thunder Wave on it, so that way you can paralyze stuff. And Kabutops spun out the spikes. That waterfall did a lot of damage, and Kabutops might switch. Yep, Kabutops is going to switch because of how much damage that waterfall did. So Quillfish did I stutter, predicted the switch from Kabutops into Venomoth. Alright, so what's going to happen here? I don't know, this is kind of a complicated match to kind of digest here. Because I don't know, there's just the Linian kind of threw me off because it's kind of a bit of a gimmick, and whenever gimmicks are being used, it's very, very hard to predict the outcomes of that. But I really think that that Linian, from the looks of it, it looks more like something that weighs down the team rather than something that kind of helps the team. All right, so I can kind of see what Frags is saying. I can't go into Frags' head, but I can predict what he's kind of thinking. Maybe I can poison the Soul Rock by doing a Sludge Bomb, or try to finish off the Linian if Linian stays around. Okay, so I see Meteor Mash. What do you see? I see the Meteor Mash. It's either going to be Meteor Mash or Pursuit, because Solrock is also Psychic type as well. It's either going to be Meteor Mash or Pursuit. Or Earth... no, that's Solrock. There we go! Meteor Mash. I was right. I was right on my first guess. But Metatang is going to be knocked out because of, you know, unless Metatang switches. But Metatang is in danger of being knocked out. Yep, and Frags is just going to sack that. And Coppletops might be next. Either Coppletops or Bellsprout. Or not Bell. Well, Bellawesome, I should say. Venomoth? Okay, but that's kind of risky. You know that, right? It's kind of risky. I mean, Solrock does have leftovers, and Solrock could have Rock Slide, and you're just kind of risking it here. You're really risking it. I mean, Venomoth is faster, and I think it has Giga Drain. But man, that was kind of a daredevil move. Yeah, and I think that the Venomoth does have a band of some sort. I think it's either Swift or Special. I think it's a Special Choice band by the amount of damage that it's doing. Venomoth, I think, is going to switch into Electrode. Why is Frags continuing to do the signal beam? I mean, that's... Now, maybe he's predicting a switch, but oh, I think that Linian is kind of a tricky Pokemon in a sense. It's very tricky to kind of digest, unless you're really familiar with Linian. I'm not familiar with it personally because I've rarely seen it used, and Did I Stutter is using it as kind of like a stall type Pokemon. I just don't know what moves it has. I mean, I think it has Aerial Ace. I don't know. I'm sure it has 3 other moves other than Rest, but but as of right now, it keeps using Rest, and to me, it just looks like it's weighing down the team rather than helping it. I appreciate Did I Stutter for trying something different, but I just don't think that Linian is really the best Pokemon for this match, personally. Personally speaking. Now, why is it Frags is hiding a Rock type? Then Linian would be in serious trouble, because that'd be a 4 times weakness, since Linian is both Bug and Flying. It'd be a quad weakness to Flying. Or not Flying, sorry, to Rock. Sableye, okay, that's kind of an interesting pick. Electrode, I think it's gonna do Toxic. I think it's gonna be doing Toxic. Now, Did I Stutter is probably gonna go into okay. So Frags switches from Electrode to Bellawesome, and Sableye is gonna be doing Seismic Toss. And for Did I Stutter's case, personally speaking, I kind of hope that Frags doesn't have a Rock type to kind of just ruin it, because it'd be... I feel kind of bad for him after the match. That's going to be a horror show, just going through. But, you know, I'm sure Linian has other moves other than Rest, and I think what Did I Stutter is doing is he's trying to PP stall. Frags picks up on it. He's picking up on it, so what he's doing is he's gonna He's going to wait till Lydian wakes up. Lydian's probably going to be doing rest again because, you know, Lydian... he's probably going to... Wow, he's going to just refresh the leech seed. Alright, so he's not going to even stay in there. He's just going to go into Quillfish right away. Quillfish... Quillfish. Quillfish has... I mean, it has spikes, it has toxic, and I think it has waterfall. But I don't know if it has any moves to hit Bellossom per se. Alright, it does have the spikes. It's just going to set up more spikes. Quillfish is going to try to recover as much as possible, and Frags is just going to circle... Well, he's going to try to circle around Did Stutter until his team can't support him anymore. So, yeah. Ooh, Pain Split. Whoa. That was random. Alright, so now we know all the moves of Quillfish. We know it has Waterfall, we know it has Toxic, Spikes, and... yeah, Waterfall, Toxic, Spikes, and Pain Split. Wow, that's pretty nice, but... That's a pretty nice trick up its sleeve, but at the same time, Venomoth is still pretty dangerous. I mean, in its respective tier, it's still dangerous. I mean, look at it. It's knocking out Solrock, and I think... Who do I think is going to be coming next? Probably either Sableye. I was thinking either Sableye or Lydian. I don't know if Lydian has anything to hit Venomoth, but I think Lydian is just kind of like an experiment by Did I Stutter to see if it helps or hurts his team. Personally, I think it's hurting his team because all he's doing is just resting. He's not really attacking much. With Lydian, he's not going on the offensive. It's always rest and rest and rest and rest. And I've yet to see Lydian actually start the attacking process. Is Lydian gonna wake up? Yes, and it finally went on the offensive and did Toxic. Okay, that's kind of some interesting ground, to say the least. Lydian is going to switch into Sableye, and Bellossom is going to switch into Venomoth. Venomoth, I think, is going to be doing Signal Beam or some move to affect both Sableye and possibly Lydian. Did I Stutter? I think the best Pokemon he can... Actually, the best Pokemon he can go into is, not Quillfish. Actually, it's not Quillfish. I was thinking Quillfish because I was thinking of Sludge Bomb, but I guess it's not doing Sludge Bomb. It's locked on Giga Drain. There we go. I just had to remember. It was locked on Giga Drain. Lydian can now do a bit more of its moves, I think. Okay, knock off. Okay, now this Lydian is offensive. Good. So... No, wait. Lydian... Yeah. Yeah, it's just knocking off. It's not really doing much. It's a toxic rest knockoff. but it's the fourth move. I'm trying to wonder what on earth is that fourth move slot filled with. I mean, is that Lydian's only offensive move? Is knockoff? I mean, I have no clue here. What I think Frag should do is just actually. I don't think it'd be a good idea to move Electrode. Yeah, just let Linian waste the knockoff PP until it runs out. Possibly. Both Frags and Did I Stutter kind of hit a kind of a, I don't want to say a stalemate, but they kind of reached the peak. And this is just my personal thing. I think that I think that both Did I Stutter and Frags, both of them don't want to let off on their technique, because if Venomoth switches, then that means Linian can knock off something. If Linian switches, then that means that Giga Drain is going to do a lot of damage to Sableye, because on this because Venomoth is really good in the special attacking department, and it can also do a lot of damage to Quillfish. So Did I Stutter, I feel like he's kind of postponing Linian's switch out. In fact, if anything, I think that he is not just postponing it, he's going to actually wait out, and Frags is doing the same thing. Both of them are waiting out each other. Personally, I think that this might reach the 60s. Unless somebody loses patience. I don't know who that somebody is, but somebody is going to lose patience. Did I Stutter? I think he either lost patience or he's running out of PP off of knockoff. Alright, so Dragonair, it's not very effective, but it did do a decent chunk of its health. I've not seen Dragonair run too commonly in NU. Actually, come to think of it, Did I Stutter has quite, I guess you can say he has quite an unorthodox team. Dragon Dance. I guess he's trying to get the variant of Dragonite in here, but it's kind of an interesting gimmick. But I don't know what physical moves Dragonair can learn. Frags has Shuckle, which translates to a basic Stalwart. Okay. Unless Dragonair just kind of amps up its Dragon Dances, I really don't think that Shuckle's going to be too kind to it. Alright, Waterfall. Encore. Here's what I think is going to happen. Shuckle's going to switch into Bellossom because of the Encore. And then, I think Bellossom is going to be doing Leech Seed. I don't know why Frags let his Shuckle knock out. But either way, Bellossom is probably going to come in, and Bellossom is going to just do Leech Seed here because it can. And it's stuck on an Encore. I don't think that Venomoth really wants to come in because it's kind of dangerous for Venomoth at this point. Leech Seed, I'm saying Leech Seed right now. I think it's going to be Leech Seed because this Dragonair is, you know, is a setup Dragonair. Now, I don't know how many turns Encore lasts for, but I can see the Leech Seed here. I could just see it. Okay. I think did I stutter? I think he's kind of contemplating on what move he wants to use. It's kind of complicated because this Dragonair is kind of a gimmick. I mean, 2 of his Pokemon are gimmick Pokemon. And 4 of his Pokemon are, you know, typical NU Pokemon that people run all the time. So out of the 4, 2 of them are gimmick Pokemon, and did I stutter, since he's kind of on new ground, I don't think he really, well, I think he's trying to figure out how can I use my gimmicks to throw frags off. How can I do that? Alright, Blissey did not Blissey. Bellossom did not stand a chance. I think that Cobbletop's going to be coming in, and Outrage is going to also hit that one too. Oh man. Outrage is going to hurt so bad. Yeah, Electrode. Now I don't know who's faster. Electrode or Dragonair with 2 D-dances. I don't know who's faster. For Frags' sake, he's hoping that Dragonair is confused, and he hopes that Dragonair hurts itself. Did I stutter? He's kind of going on the edge of his time. Dragonair is confused, and it does its extreme speed, and it knocks out Dragonair. Did I stutter is at a winning streak because he basically threw off frags. Linian was, if I had to rate Linian, it was alright. It wasn't really the best, but Dragonair, though, Dragonair is really good. I mean, it's scary. It's very scary in a sense. Linian is kind of alright. I'm still trying to figure out what is the 4th move on Linian. Linian has not shown the 4th move, and I don't think we're ever gonna know. But yeah, Linian's kind of alright. It's not really the best. And Frags, not Frags, sorry. And Dragonair, wow, that thing is impressive. I was truly impressed with Outrage and Waterfall. That's and Extreme Speed. That's really good. Really good. Good job, did I stutter? Now let's go ahead and look at the semifinals. Alright, so, oh wow, the semis actually for Lorenzo vs Runners has concluded. So now we're just waiting on Did I Stutter vs Lorenzo. We'll be right back. Please stay tuned to the World Rogers channel for further tournament commentary. Alright, we are back. Did I Stutter vs Lorenzo, turn number 1. Alright, let's go ahead and get to the match right away. Alright, so here's what I think is going to happen. I think Cobbleptops is going to switch because Raichu is a scary Pokemon for Cobbleptops. It's probably going to switch to something that can withstand a Thunderbolt. Now, I don't know what set this Raichu is. I don't know if it's the bulky Wish Protect Raichu, or if it's a Life Orb Raichu, or there are a few ways you can run Raichu, but yeah, there are a few there are a few ways to run Raichu, and yeah, I think that the Raichu is gonna, I think it's gonna switch here to something, possibly into. Well, no, not Raichu. Sorry, Cobbleptops. Sorry, Cobbleptops. I think is going to switch into something. I think with Sand Bolts, Bellossom, some ground type. All right, Raichu's going to switch too. Yeah, all right. And Cobbleptops the one that didn't switch. All right. The opposite day. Today's opposite day. Okay, great. That was kind of in my. Kind of unorthodox, but you know, I don't know what. Well, I didn't know what Raichu was running, so I didn't know if it was the Life Orb set or if it was leftover set. I would presume that since it switched, it probably Lorenzo probably did the calcs and he thought he could knock out Cobbleptops, so he switched into Bellossom. No, Venomoth is probably going to scare the daylights out of Bellossom, because Venomoth it has access to 2 moves that's super effective against Bellossom: Sludge Bomb and possibly Signal Beam. Sludge Bomb is going to make contact, and Kecleon is going to switch into a Poison type. Venomoth, I think, might switch because it doesn't have the. Oh, sorry. I think it's banded. I think it has either a special or Swift Choice Band on it. Ooh, Diglett! Oh wow! Oh wow, Diglett! Oh man, Lorenzo, I feel so bad for you right now. Oh man. Yep. Critical, super effective, poison, Kecleon. Yeah, man, that was just brutal. Or as the Pokemon Stadium announcer would say, that was brutal. He says that every single time that Fissure makes contact. Except he says it a little louder. I don't want to say it louder because I don't want to hurt your ears here, but if you're interested, look up Ted Lewis Pokemon Stadium announcements. So, yeah, alright. Anyways, on to another topic. Let's see who's going to come up next. Probably Bellossom or something that can withstand Diglett and its horror in the match. Its terror. Diglett is a little Pokemon of terror. Stantler? Okay, so Stantler did intimidate Diglett, so... Alright. Diglett is a horror Pokemon in my view. I think it's just a horror Pokemon. And Diglett is probably either gonna knock out or it's gonna switch. The thing is that Diglett relies on the surprise value, so that probably means that Diglett is probably gonna knock out, or probably gonna, if something tries to knock out Diglett, then I think that Did I Stutter is gonna let something knock it out. I mean, he's probably gonna keep it, but he might. If something tries to knock it out, I don't think he's going to try to hold back. Because Diglett relies heavily on the surprise factor. Now, since Unova's coming by, there's a little feature that we have to talk about. Team Preview. For any of you that may not be aware of it, your whole entire team is exposed. Not the moves, just the party icons. All 6 of the party icons is exposed. Now, I don't know what Pokemon is going to do. Is Pokemon going to bypass that feature? Is Pokemon not, or is Pokemon going to implement that? I don't know. I don't think that feature is really favored by the community, so maybe the staff might try to push that feature just a little bit away from the community. I don't think they really want the team preview thing. In fact, I think that was kind of a mistake of Nintendo's. But if Pokemon does implement it, I understand, you know, it is the new gen, and, you know, and some people might be complaining about it, saying, why isn't Team Preview being put in there? But yeah, so as of right now, I don't think the community is really comfortable with Team Preview, but once we have Gen 5, once we had Gen 5 for quite a while, I think the community might be a little bit warm to it. And I think they might accept it eventually. It's going to take a bit of some time, but I don't think the staff really want to put in such a very scary feature for the community like a Team Preview. That's personally, I feel like that was kind of a mistake of Nintendo, but Nintendo meant well, and due to Team Preview, it made Aerodactyl not as potent as it once was. So, yeah, and hey, there's a lot of people in Pokemon that do have Aerodactyl, so I think they may be a little upset about that feature too. There might be some Pokemon that they have in their team that may be affected by the Team Preview mechanic. Anyways, I don't want to be talking about Team Preview and stuff while the battle is going on. I want to talk about this battle right here, because I'm not going to be doing the same mistake as Lapras, where I just let the battle go. No, I'm going to talk about the battle right now. So. Lorenzo still has one Pokemon hidden, but as of right now, the favorability to his part is not really that good. I don't want to say the odds, because it's kind of like poker, but let's just say the favorability rating on Lorenzo's side of the competitive spectrum is not that good. And Venomoth can just come in and knock out Stantler. And Lorenzo, I think, would be forced to expose the mystery Pokemon if Did I Stutter pops in Venomoth. Venomoth, I think, would be a very sensible choice. Now, Did I Stutter, he may be trying to punch in calcs to see, okay, if is Signal Beam good, is Sludge Bomb good, or maybe he's not even weighing Venomoth. He's weighing Coppletops, and I don't know why he's doing that. I mean, unless his Venomoth is not Swift Choice Band, and unless that Bellossom has some chance in regaining its strength, but I don't know why he would go into Coppletops. Let's see here. I think that Coppletops... I think that Coppletops may try to do a rock move, because... not rock move. What move would be super effective against Bellossom? Superpower. Okay. That's an interesting approach. Bellossom, I think, is going to come next. Bellossom. I really think Bellossom's going to come, and then I think Coppletops, I think, is going to switch into Venomoth. Or Lorenzo can expose his mystery Pokemon now. So he's going to be exposing his mystery Pokemon, and turns out it is a shiny Whiscash. Whiscash, a lot of people like the Dragon Dance variant of Whiscash. So it's probably going to do a Dragon Dance, or if it's not a Dragon Dance, it has some sort of bulk set to it. So it probably has rest or something along those lines. So Dragon Dance, it is going to increase the attack and the speed by +1. Now I don't know if it's fast enough to outspeed Diglett. I mean, Lorenzo, I think, is kind of hoping at this point. I think what he's going to do is he's going to do Waterfall here. Diglett, I think Diglett still kind of has a chance, but it's Diglett Memento. Wow, that's kind of an interesting gimmick, man. Now Whiscash, it's going to be a complete nightmare for Whiscash to get the attack stat back. Wow, that's pretty intense. By golly, man, Memento. I did not expect that on a Diglett. Wow. All right, let's go ahead and. So Whiscash is going to do a Dragon Dance again and try to recoup its attack stat, or what's left of it. Yeah. I think that the Whiscash is going to go directly into Bellossom, because Bellossom can tank a Giga Drain quite well. I don't think Lorenzo wants Whiscash to get the brunt of Giga Drain's wrath. And plus, it also refreshes the attack stat, too. I mean, Memento's effects don't really affect Whiscash if it switches. If it switches, then basically all stats are neutralized again. So, yeah. In other words, if you did a Sword Stance, and if you switch, then that means Caesar or whatever Sword Stancer you have, it's almost as if Sword Stance didn't even happen. So, yeah, stat changes only happen as you're in the battle. The only things that are kept in the battle is Parahacks, freezing, poison, burn, status. If you get leech seeded, or if you get confused, then you can just switch in and out, and it just basically refreshes the Pokemon entirely of those hazards. Alright, so now I think Lorenzo is kind of heavily relying on Whiscash. I really don't think that Whiscash is going to win here. I mean, this is going to be kind of a last hope sort of thing, but I really don't think that this is going to happen. I think that Did I Stutter is going to win. In fact, I think there's going to be I'm going to say an 80% chance that Did I Stutter is going to win, because, you know, Whiscash did get one Dragon Dance up. If it didn't have any Dragon Dance, then it would be a straight up 90%. But I didn't want to take the risk. I didn't know who was faster, which is why I gave Lorenzo an extra 10%. Which is why I gave Lorenzo a 20% margin of error. So, yeah. All right. Congratulations, Did I Stutter? And on that note, this is the Roy Rogers News Channel. Don't forget to comment or subscribe to my channel, like or dislike the content that you see here. And this is the Roy Rogers News Channel signing off. Fast, accurate, unbiased, Roy Rogers News.